How's it going, guys? I'm Connor from Running Warehouse. Today I'm here with Drew from Weartesters. Now, Drew, you are in a very unique position because you and the Weartesters team have tested every Boost shoe from the early days of the Energy Boost all the way through to the latest Ultraboost that we have today. So you're the perfect man to talk about the new Ultraboost Light.
I agree, Connor, but you're gonna have to get down. All right, that's better. All right, so let's dive into Ultraboost history because the Ultraboost in 2015 took off like crazy. You probably knew someone that ran a marathon in it. You probably knew someone that trained in it. You probably knew someone that just wore it casually. It basically took over the world, not in the least part because of all Adidas's entertainers and their athletes were wearing it down the tunnel. Kanye was wearing it for concerts. It just became this crazy shoe, but the fundamentals were right. That's why it worked, because the Boost compound was so much bouncier and resilient than EVA. You think about it, the stack height didn't change that much. They just swapped out regular old EVA for Boost, and people were just loving that feeling.
Yeah, you know, I remember that original Ultraboost, getting it on my foot, and it was unlike anything you'd ever tried before. That Boost compound was soft and bouncy. It maybe wasn't the lightest material on the market, but it just felt so good. And we saw it even on the marathon side. Some of the marathoners were running faster and faster times. World records were going down, proving that the Boost compound had a lot of potential.
Yeah, I mean, that's what sold it for most people. I mean, I went into an Adidas store on Market Street in San Francisco. I was a little bit hesitant on the Ultraboost till then because, you know, it seemed too hyped to be like true, you know? And so I went in there, I put it on foot immediately with the prime knit upper and the Boost. I was like, okay, I gotta own this. I gotta run in it. I gotta wear it around and really see this shoe in action. And it kind of lived up to the hype for me.
Yeah, you know, that OG Ultraboost not only felt good, it looked amazing, it had a cult following, but where did it go from there?
Well, Adidas in their original marketing, you told me earlier, called it the greatest running shoe of all time. But I don't know that the designers really believe that because they kept tweaking a few things, adding more rubbers, changing up the nubs. They went through the 2.0, the 3.0, the 4.0. They kept tweaking stuff and it was losing a little bit of energy, but then they pulled out the Ultraboost 19, which in many people's opinion is the best running Ultraboost ever created. The prime knit upper, they tweaked. As you can see, the knit pattern changed a bit. It was a little bit more breathable, a little bit more flexible, still held the foot on the footbed, but it got more comfortable, including in the heel, and they finally put a running outsole on here, continental rubber. This thing lasted a long time, whereas you couldn't say that about the 1.0 through the 4.0.
Yeah, those first few Ultraboosts, I loved walking around in them, but it wasn't until the Ultraboost 19 that I started running in the shoe, and it felt good. It had a smooth ride. Of course, that upper was so comfortable, and other than that Boost being maybe just a little bit on the heavy side, it was now a true running shoe.
Yeah, I mean, and the heaviness didn't bother people coming from basketball or baseball or football where you have heavier shoes anyway, and so they chose this to be their track trainer.
Yeah, and so from 19 to 20, we really didn't see huge updates, small upper tweaks, but when 21 hit, we saw another big update.
Yeah, so 21, which we have here, you'll see they really kind of took that streamlined design. They changed up the amount of Boost in there and just tried to make it even more of a running shoe, but in some people's opinions, they went a bit too far. And one of the places they did that, in my opinion, was with their plate. They have a plastic plate in here called adidas LEP. It was a little bit stiff for some people. So those casual runners that loved Boost before, you know, just like if you recommend someone a really stiff carbon fiber shoe, it's the same thing. They got in here and it just wasn't what they were used to. And that created a little bit of a blowback through 21 and 22.
Yeah, and from the general silhouette, definitely a big change from the 19 and 20, but now we go all the way to 2023 with the new Ultraboost Light, and actually, it looks pretty similar to the 22, but you get it in hand, and it's a whole new shoe. It's a lot lighter.
Yeah, this Light Boost is kind of a game changer for the people that love Boost, because they're gonna finally get to figure out what a lighter, kind of nimble running shoe feels like on foot. And I don't think many of the casual runners that have only run in Boost have ever felt this.
Yeah, you know, we're shaving over an ounce off the weight. That energy return in the Light Boost is about 4% more than the original Boost, so you're gonna get more pop out of the shoe. I think really the Ultraboost Light is gonna be a game changer.
Yeah, and they also tweaked the adidas LEP system, so it's not as stiff as it was before. So I think it's going to appeal to people that didn't like the 21 and 22 as much. It feels much more in line with the 19.
Now, how many miles have you got on the Ultraboost Light so
So
far?
I'm up to about 12 miles, and I've also done some casual wear in them, and I like the feel underfoot. I will say that some people who are used to very high stack shoes may feel like there's not enough foam in the forefoot, but people that are used to that 25, 26 millimeter forefoot stack are gonna feel like this is plenty.
Yeah, you know, I've gotten a few miles in the shoe. It has a nice experience, but the one thing that really hit me was that initial step in. When you get it on foot, that plush prime knit design is really taking me back to that original Ultraboost experience. When you got it on your foot, it was just like nothing you've ever experienced before. That cage, it has a very seamless wrap. It offers nice lockdown, but you don't notice it on foot. You're always worried when you put plastic on an upper, is it gonna cause a hot spot? Is it gonna be uncomfortable? That's not the case here.
Yeah, I feel like they've made several tweaks to the upper, including big fat Achilles pillows. I mean, these things really help with the lockdown, which can often be a problem. And from our audience, we hear is a problem often with knit sneakers. So I like that they've done this, because then you can really suck that foot back in there. And then they've also tweaked the knit pattern on the forefoot. As you can see with this blue line here, it's kind of a stronger knit, and so it prevents the stretch when you're cornering really fast so you don't fly off the footbed.
Yeah, you know, overall, the Ultraboost Light is lighter, it's bouncier, it still retains all that premium comfort you've come to know and love from the Ultraboost series. I'm excited to get more miles in this shoe because I think it shows the potential of the Ultraboost franchise for both runners and casual wear.
Yeah, and I think runners are gonna feel much more comfortable recommending this to their friend that runs 1 to 3 times a week, because Light Boost and the upper combined to make this a much more runnable shoe. So you won't feel like you're doing any sort of disservice by recommending them a shoe that can just as easily be worn casually as putting in some miles.
Yeah, you know, if you're looking for a good looking shoe that feels good, the Ultraboost Light is gonna be a fantastic option. And good news is it's available now. You can find it here at Running Warehouse.